Hey guys, I'm having so much fun. I had a ton of people come by, take a look at the at the cabin. Like I said, my cabin, like anyone who's coming by and they see I'm here, they want to stop and talk and stuff. But it is pretty cool though. I have to admit it. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to kind of show it to them, you know. And one of them said, "Hey, I'm really glad that you're my neighbor," and it made me feel really good. You know, it really did. So it's late. And I'm going to get my camp area all set up. And then I was thinking that maybe we chat a little bit while we're in the tent. It is super cold. I got my winter jacket on. It's probably the low 40s would be my guess. Yeah, it's pretty chilly. Like my hands are really cold right now. So I'm going to try to do what I can to stay warm, get in the sleeping bag, and then I'll see you in just a bit. I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. There we go. I think I'm better now. So again, it's night, and when it's night, my camera does have problems focusing. But we're just talking in the tent is what we do. And it's raining, or was raining. You can't hear it on the tent right now, but it was raining. I think it's supposed to rain most of the night. I think it is. So I think it would be really nice to be able to hear the raindrops on the tent. I like that. It's always very soothing. Sometimes when I can't sleep at night, I'll go onto YouTube and I'll find somewhere that that records that. And one of these days, I'm going to record that for myself. And maybe you'd like it too. It's just kind of a nice soothing sound when the rain hits, like the rain fly. I don't know. It reminds me of adventures and such. So a lot of times when we're in the tent, we just sit and we talk, and I'll have a topic, and I say we, it's more one-sided. Sorry you guys. I'm going to get my feet in. Again, it is kind of chilly, but this is going to be the warmest night, I think, this week. It's, yeah, in the 40s. After today, it's going to be in the 30s. So I do have my 0-degree bag because, I don't know, I like being warm when I'm sleeping. My neighbors are here. They haven't come to the house yet, so I'll invite him over. I'll come over there tomorrow and invite him over. Now I'm starting to see there's more campers around here because a lot of people camp in their land around here, and there's more campers and stuff, and I smell campfire too. Right now everything smells like campfire, so I know that they're having a campfire. You have to get a permit to have a campfire. I'm currently right now not in a fire ban. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. But you do have to have, I think it was 20 feet around your campfire. Currently, right now, I don't have that available on my property. I won't be doing any campfires. I can still do fires on my stove if I want to, but honestly, that's a lot of work to bring it out and set it up, and so I'm probably not going to do any campfires until I have like my tent up and I have my stove ready. I think that would be best. So I was, again, thinking about what we should talk about. We talk about a lot of things on my videos, and I was thinking of something that might be a little personal. I don't know, everything's kind of personal, but it might be uncomfortable. So I think we might talk about something that might be uncomfortable. And if you don't want to listen to it, that's fine. I'll say goodnight to you. But if you do want to sit and chat with me, feel free to stay on. We're going to talk about death. It's kind of like trail talk, where you kind of have deep conversations. I have deep conversations when I'm on the trail. Like I I talk very deep, and I want to hear somebody's story. And so one of the questions that I would ask, and again, only if I felt that person was comfortable enough, I would ask them, if you could know the day you were going to die, would you want to know, and what would you do different? I'll give you a minute to think about that. I think death fascinates me in a way. We, as a society, I think that we hide it so much that you don't see death. If a family member dies, a lot of times you just know they die, but you don't see them. There are cases where you do have a viewing, but a lot of times death is kind of hidden. And the other day, my daughters, Madison was picking up my younger daughter at school, and they were driving back home, and they saw somebody dead. It was a motorcycle accident, and he was on the street, and they covered the body up, but it really affected her, and it makes me think about death. Some people see death a lot, depending on your job. Some jobs you experience death a lot. In my job, I do not. It's not something that's talked about. It's not something nobody talks about it. It's a very sensitive topic. It's like death is like a secret. And I don't know what happens after you die. And I think that it's like this hidden unknown. And that's why I'm fascinated by it. I think I just heard a cow. Every once in a while, the cows get out of the field and they kind of come this way. They've never, that I know of, shown up to my property. The evidence is, when they do show up to a property, it's pretty obvious. I think we get too comfortable, and we don't like having those uncomfortable conversations. Like we keep it just talking about the weather. I think it's really cool to say that you're living life at the same moment I'm living life. Like, you're here at the same time I'm here. We're both living life, and we're only going to be here for 80 to 90 years if we're lucky. I don't know. 100 years. We're going to live to 100, you guys. We're going to live to 100. I just think that we need to have some of these uncomfortable conversations, because I think life, sometimes you need to be a little uncomfortable. I think it's good to bring it up in a conversation. I feel that you can bond with someone a little bit more when you talk about not only life, but death, and what they feel about it. I think, I'll give you an example. I know my dad was dying. He was dying. And I wanted to sit and enjoy every moment I could possibly have with my dad. And we talked about death. And we talked about life. We talked about every topic that was ever possible. And I bonded, like, my memories of my dad are actually in that moment. It's not so much the moments of, just the everyday dad stuff that he was doing. It was the moment that we actually sat down and talked. And I felt like, in a way, it was like closure for me, that he was okay with it. I did this same thing with my grandpa right before he died. He and I had a really deep conversation, and I remember it, you know. And we talked about death, and he knew he was dying, he was in his 90s, smart man, really wicked smart. And I was in his office, and I remember even the smell in the air. And my grandpa was the type of guy that you didn't talk about that kind of stuff. He was very formal. When you went to dinner with grandpa, you dressed up, you got in a dress and you went downstairs, and, you sat there really polite. Like my grandpa was very formal, very, very formal. And towards the end of his life, he became a little less formal. And I found it as an opportunity to really get to know him, and really have him open up to me. And I sat with him, and we talked about death, and he was having problems breathing. And he says, I'm dying. And I said, I know you are. Yeah. I knew he was. He was struggling to breathe. He was still pretty coherent. He wasn't in the hospital yet or anything like that. He died soon after that, though. And I remember we were talking about all the things he did in his life, and if he had any regrets, and what are the bits of advice that he would give me. You know what he ended up telling me? He said, watch after your mom. She's gonna need you. Yeah. And it was really nice, because we got to open up in that kind of conversation. And I wish that I was able to do that with him before he really got sick at the end. And that's why it's with my friends, I want to open up like that. I want to have those deep conversations. I don't know if you remember, but last year, one of Kyla's friends passed away. It was actually a brother of her best friend passed away, and he was 17 years old. And the mother finally posted something on Facebook. She actually disappeared for a while, which I don't blame her. And she posted something on Facebook, which was a bunch of videos of his friends talking about him and all the stuff that he liked and how he inspired them. And it was a really touching video. One of them was, you inspired me to because he was working so hard to buy this car that he really, really wanted. And he was working 40 hours or something. He was 17 years old, he was working 40 hours so he can buy his own car. And one of the guys said that you really inspire me to just keep working and to go after your goals. And it's those kind of things where it's if we could just tell the people now rather than after they die. Tell them now what you feel with them. Someone else told me that's I gave them a call, and they said, you know what, you just made my day. And that touched me, that just a call from me, just to hear my voice in the phone made their day. And they said every time they talk to me, it always makes them feel better. And, those are the kind of things that you need to tell your friends and the people that you know. Don't wait until their funeral to say those kind of things. What if you woke up in the morning and you said to yourself, is this a good day to die? And not in a morbid way or anything like that, but like living your life to the fullest, you know? Like the last thing I'm going to want is to be sitting in front of a computer on the internet, and that be my last day. I don't want that. You know, today I was kind of thinking about what we would talk about, and I was out here at Spirit Forest, and you know, as much as it's a lot of work and I'm way overwhelmed with all the stuff that I have to do here, I had a wonderful day. I did. I had like a wonderful day. Like, if I were to die today, I'd be like, my last day was a beautiful day. It was amongst the trees, and I got to see the little chiclets on the trees that I like so much. You know, I enjoyed all those things. And it wasn't sitting on my computer on the internet. You know, I am on my computer probably more than I'd like to admit. But, or you know, just surfing and stuff. And I was living life today. Today, I was living life, and today was a good day. One of these days I won't be here. Like this, it won't be here. You know? And you just got to think about that every once in a while. Like, you're alive. Get out and enjoy it, because you're alive right now. Like, every day I actually, and you might have seen it, every day I try to do something that makes me happy. You know, just do something just a little bit different. You know, live just a little bit more. Stretch it just a little bit more. Try something new. Every day I try to do something. You know, just push myself. I do have a slogan in my room, and it says, it's funny, I look at it every day and I'm trying to, I can see the letters. Do something that makes you happy every day. Something like that. Yeah, I think so. Same message though, you know, the same message. And I think I do that. I think I do. There's been some days where I've been sad, and I always try to at least take some time and every day do something that makes me feel good. You know what the things that make me feel good is planting a plant. It does. I've been doing that recently. I have a little tiny little garden, little area that I've been planting things in, and sitting on a porch. I really enjoy that. I've been running. I've been running. That's been my challenge. The last few weeks. And talking with my kids. I do, like, there's so many times that we're just on our phones, and I just go up to their room and I sit on their bed and I sit there and just chat with them about nothing. About death. Yes, I have brought it up with my kids too, you know, so that way in case for some reason this isn't here anymore, they know me. They know who I truly am. So how would I like to be remembered if today was my last day? I think I would like to be remembered as somebody that made a positive impression. I inspired somebody. I made somebody want to go out and live life more. I think that's how I would want to be remembered. What about you? I guess that's my question for the comments. Is how would you like to be remembered? I would love to read it. I really would. And I will read every one of the comments. I don't get that many. So I will read every one. I would like to know how you would like to be remembered. I think it's time for bed. What time is it? Yeah, it's 10:10. 10:10. What's the chances of that? Yeah, usually I go to bed between 10 and 11. I'm like, I'm tired. We had a night-night story. Got to have some pillow talk with you, you know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Make sure you get the chance to talk to somebody. I think it's important for somebody to know what you feel and who you are and what you think of them in a good note. The good parts of them, you know, everybody needs to hear that. They really do. They need to hear it. And I think there's so much negativity in the world that just hearing some good thoughts, some good things from people really makes you feel good. And you guys have been making me feel really good lately in the comments. So, but don't forget to give some really good warm fuzzies to your friends and family too. It's important for them, you know. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.